bad. And accept. Yep. Cool. 8-turn worker and a secondary piety expand. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So probably what I ended up doing out of this was worst start, worst civ. Sure. This guy has been a little fucking prick today. Forget the rush to the spot, but just the attitude is something that I will remember. Alright, I need the gold for my tech. Oh, apparently that was culture as well. Awesome. 2 donations this time for Bird and from Croic. I actually met Bird in New York. He brought me out to lunch. And he says, nice to meet you, dude. You're very tall. PogChamp. Well, thanks for the donation. Thanks for lunch, man. I had a really good time. And Croic, it says, hey, Filthy, could you rename Sig Tuna to Death by Pearls? I absolutely can. Oops. Get to enjoy the continuation of this game. And before he takes Mausoleum. This is a very slow Mausoleum build right now. So I wouldn't be totally surprised. Look at this for Netherlands. Look at the number of floodplains here. Yep, he's going to have 6 sick boulders. I mean, what I need to do is I need to be seen as too annoying to attack and too weak to do anything for the rest of this fucking game. And then I need to find a time when that's not actually true. And I can actually do something with my life. So right now, we're in bad shape. Really bad shape right here. Yes, and we can. This is why I don't do legendary starts, or why I really am adamant against doing this. This is on a hill, on a river, next to 2 granary resources, and a 3rd growth tile, and a 4th growth tile, so he grows infinitely. 5th growth tile right there. That's no problem at all. With copper as a regional luxury in Poland. This is why you don't want to do legendary starts if you can at all avoid it. Meanwhile, my land, my civ, and my start decisions here. Well, Almany. Okay. And I'm unbelievably disgustingly short on workers. Because I can't steal them. Like in a game like this, one of the ways you might be able to catch up is you multi-steal. You steal like fucking 10 workers to try to make up for the fact that your start is balls bad. But my closest city state is here, and I have to move. I'd have to move through his land, which isn't going to happen, or I'd have to move it coastally, and I don't have optics tech yet. I mean, I suppose I can go try to steal with optics and bring them across. I don't know if you steal a worker that doesn't have optics if you get it or not. I guess we're going to fucking find out. Because I need to steal at least once. I got to get a worker over here, and this is really, really bad. Stonehenge, so he's going to enhance. This is 6 turns. Still 6. Get this down to 5 if I wanted to. Alright. We get embarkation. I don't have a very, yeah, it's gonna be a rough game. Rough game. Double targeted camp. Okay. I don't think I'm going to actually realistically have a chance at ironworking with hotchilli in the game as coastal. And this guy is coastal. Just don't believe it. I don't know. The idea of recovering from a start like this just seems so unlikely to me. Of course we're going to try, but it feels very unrealistic. I'm going to have to found this religion, not plant the prophet. I need to get a religion in this game so I can get Grand Temple multipliers. Just forget the lower half of the tech tree. Yeah, maybe. Someone has worse hammers than me. They must be doing OCC stuff.
Our modest fellowship expands. Praise the sub.
Welcome to the channel, Ben Reddick. Thank you very much for the sub, man. Need a Tundra Wonder? No, I need there to be conflict elsewhere. Is 6 turns difference of production right now worth a Great Merchant point? No. Yeah, I will steal from Ormus instead of Kabul. I'm not coming over to steal from Kabul. I'm just moving my guy across with my extra bait to get a worker. Alright, what do we want? Oh, LS Mausoleum. Alright, well, it's not good. Not good at all. So we'll get Workboat into Lighthouse. Riga. It was a long ass build, but sometimes people would ignore that. Okay. Alright. So we're getting a bad start that keeps getting worse. I'm not entirely sure what our long-term plan around that is, besides curl up and have a little cry. But I could probably do that. So we'll at least have the coping strategy in place. There's probably some coastal shit over here, but I don't like exploration as it is in the game right now, and I don't think that's really going to meet what I need to have happen this game. Where's your worker, Ormus? It's probably hiding in the town because there's nothing to improve because you're on Tundra. I don't really believe in telling people when your game is going poorly, but he's as far away from me as can happen. And, yeah. This is kind of dumb. See, he took policies that are really strong policies that don't require a lot of investment. He took Feed the World, and he took religious community, and then he took a spreader belief. So what he's saying is, I'm okay giving all of my opponents 15% production and an additional 3 food per city for the cost of 1 gold for every 4 followers. And I don't agree with that at all. When you take a strong religion like this and you have a very strong early game, you want to take something like Messiah, or especially as piety, Messiah or possibly Defender. You don't really want your religion spreading everywhere because you don't want to give up those super good benefits to other players. I'm probably going to get beat to the Reformation belief here too as well. I mean, I don't really know how he did his policy tree, so maybe not, but we'll see. I have to found a religion, so it has to be 5 turns. If he can get there before 5 turns, then I can't stop him from taking that. Alright. Fuck's your worker, Ormus. Escorted by like 3 units. Alright, this needs to be another worker. No, not a worker. Okay. Yeah. We're in some trouble this game. Some real trouble. Fuck, I wish I had the culture from workboats. Well, more than that, actually, I just wish I had this Pantheon here. The most overpowered Pantheon in the game right now that needs an immediate nerf and hasn't got one. Is he also only on 2 cities? Should be pressuring me now. Good. Okay. Yours at least had a strategy that game, which made it slightly better. Still fucking terrible, but it made it better because he was trying to get a world religion pass so he could try to win. Oh, is Bob at war with France? Yeah. Oh, okay. Kill him? Yeah, there's things that have to go into killing him, right? We talked about, I don't know if I discussed why I chose not to suicide into him. If I had chosen to attack him in classical, which I absolutely could have done, and his actions and attitudes suggest that, you know, there's really some satisfaction in doing that for me. Especially his attitude, right? His actions are just, he's racing for the same things I'm racing for and he got them first. You know, that in of itself isn't a problem. I mean, there's nothing to be angry at him about for that. You can certainly be frustrated with the way it's worked out for for my start because of that. But that's not the problem. That's not why I would consider attacking him. But if I do that, if I take another classical war, I mean, we've done this. We tried this the other day, right? Remember our Persia start, our really slow Persia start not too long ago, where I think it was also Kalish, might have been Sinai, and then Inca were right by me, and we had a relatively good war versus the Inca, right? Didn't lose all that many units, took their shit out relatively quickly. It's just you can't recover from it. You cannot recover versus other people's reasonable SimCity with a classical era war right now. It's just not doable under any circumstances. So if I choose to attack into him, even if I win the war, even if I set up everything to win the war, if I'm not like honor ahead of time, we're planning a compo kind of push as part of my like process of taking city states, there's almost no real benefit to me winning the game. There's some short-term satisfaction, there's some fuck this guy style stuff, and sometimes that's enough. Sometimes you're happy enough with that outcome to do it, but it's realistically not a way to win the game. And you know, maybe as naive as it is, I still have some desire to actually win the game for this one. And I have a shot at that. It's a really slim shot right now, but it's a possibility. So I'm going to at least attempt some alternate play for now. Now, it keeps getting worse with every like subsequent turn, but we're gonna try it. Yeah, now he must be buddy. Like, this is how he should have been acting after he said all this. He's been like, sorry man, I got there first. That really sucks about your Pantheon. And then try to be friendly as possible. Because what he doesn't want with a start this solid from him is he really doesn't want to anger the person who has the potential to fuck his game, even if it's not necessarily gonna, even if I don't win the war versus him, I can fuck his game entirely by just suiciding into him. So, Daddy Kivo donates $6.61 and says, just a quick thanks for all the useful YouTube content I have abused the last few days. Ah, no problem, man. Thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it when you guys take the time to support my channel. So, I mean, let's see what we can do with this. Oh, I was extremely tempted to suicide, don't get me wrong. Alright. But I think I get optics here. Yeah, I do. Alright. If he wants to give me advice on how to play the game, though, I'm probably going to go back to being really annoyed with him. I believe this player is a player I've encountered before, though, although I'm not entirely sure. I think he might be one of the players that... remember that Ottoman game, the Flat Pearls Ottoman game I had recently? I think it is the player from there, I believe. Can I make this one turn? No. Okay. Not Austin, not the OCC player, but the player I ended up attacking, the Liberty player. I think it's that guy. I think. Okay. That's the first good thing that's happened this game, is getting glory to God here. Okay. I don't remember what civ he was. Could be a city-state down here. I should check that coastline. Okay. Alright, my biggest issue right now is workers. Well, my biggest immediate issue is workers. We should have been more clear on that. Oh, man. Okay. That, I mean, anytime Poland wants, you can come kill me, for example. That's a big problem, too. So now I need to wait for this player to spread his religion. He's built a spreader set of beliefs, so he's going to spread his religion. So I'll do the opposite. I will do my absolute best not to spread my religion. So he'll spread it to Kabul or Ormus in all likelihood, and then that will pressure out Tundra Lilies over here and give me some of that religion. Then I can buy a missionary of his faith and spread it to my cap to get fish faith on this as a secondary pantheon. So the policy here lets me get someone else's pantheon. Now it could have been really good if I had gotten both the the Ocean's Bounty one. But again, I told you my reasoning at the time for the Ocean's Bounty. I don't have the ability to work pearls in the early game, and I wanted something that was going to be something that benefits me immediately and for the rest of the game. So we did what we did, which isn't ideal right now. All right, let's start. There's too many workers in this area, and I'm working so many unimproved tiles, like an absolute shit ton. I think I'm gonna move this guy over this way. Hanging gardens in Poland. I don't really like mixing tradition, liberty, and Poland. Even as Poland, I don't think it's very good. Alright, so in rough order, we need to get temples and libraries. We need our national college, we need a grand temple. And then we need to fit in some trade routes, maybe 6 more workers, and 3 to 4 more military units. Now, what we'll do in the meantime is we'll build about half of that and then get frustrated with piety infrastructure production. But that's okay. Yeah. Gonna have a shit show of a loss in this game. Okay. Alright, we have a bunch of luxuries to get online. A bunch of workers not doing anything right now. I need to improve mines in my capital when I can. I have 3 luxuries, 3 calendar luxuries on top of my pearls to get online here. So 9 pop, Gems start, Gems Hill River start with Granary Resources. I hate Legendary Start, and I didn't even think to vote it down. I try so hard to remember to do that, and just sometimes I don't. Alright, let's go here. Let's go there. Start on this. Start on that. I have to work some hammers in this city. I prefer to work the cow, but I'm also negative gold, so yeah. Gotta try to sort that out a little bit. Should sort out actually quite a lot this turn. Alright. But we're gonna have the glass cannon here, and I don't like glass cannon builds. This is part of the reason why I don't like this piety opener, the rush Shrine Rush Monument opener for piety, because it's a glass cannon. Not only is it a glass cannon, that one's luck based too to some degree. You can see what happened when we either get unlucky or miss an element there. Pulling medieval. Still need like 3 more workers. Okay. I have unemployed citizen, my cap. Thanks. Alright, at least gold is temporarily caught up. I don't know if I can afford to build this library right now. I feel like I need another worker. But we're in very bad shape right now. Not much I can do about it right now either. Yes, I need to get great people generation going as Sweden. Yeah, okay. That'll be happening pretty soon, I imagine. If one of these players would do me the favor of killing me really quickly, I could get another game and not have a start like this. That would be beautiful. But barring that, yeah, we'll see. For an island with natural wonders. The game doesn't really work like that. I mean, there could be an island with natural wonders out there, but the likelihood of it being close enough that I could settle it in a reasonable time frame is 0, or as close to 0 as you're gonna get. Even if it was right here, the time I can get a scout out there and a settler 2 there is gonna be too late. Is 3 food, 1 hammer, and 2 gold tile that bad? Yes. Because it's not a 3 food, 1 gold, 1 hammer, 2 gold tile. It's a 3 food, 1 hammer, 2 gold tile after you build a lighthouse and a workboat. And you can't build workboats without fish faith, the production bonus from workboats early. And you can't work these tiles while you're building settlers, and you can't work them to grow early. Which means in the mid game, remember, someone's just hit medieval, and if it's Poland, he could be at civil service right now. In the mid game, he's now he took guilds. I wonder if he's going to crossbow me. Oh god, please crossbow me. In the mid game, you're going to get all your fresh water tiles are going to be 3 food, 1 hammer tiles already, right? Or 4 food, 1 tile. So all you're really getting is a small early game gold bonus after you've checked for a tech you don't want in optics and built a workboat, which is a non-reusable worker essentially. It's just bad. It's bad all around. The pearl tile. You don't want early game yields with gold on them. If you think about it, look at the luxuries you don't work in the early game. Don't work trapping luxuries, don't work calendar luxuries, and you don't work gold pearls luxuries, right? Which these are all gold-based luxuries. You don't work them because they don't have hammers on them, they don't have food on them. They're just primarily gold. You know, the exceptions to those are you don't care about the gold resource in itself. Gold is a nice resource to have, but it's inferior to food and production in the early game. All right. I'd like to become a vassal of Poland. I wonder how I can do that. Wouldn't it be reasonable if work boats didn't get consumed? It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the base yield. I mean, look at this tile compared to a grassland tile in the early game. Yes, this has 3 yield, the grassland has 2, but the grassland's a better tile because you care about growth and production in the early game. Look at this tile compared to a sheep tile. This has 3 yield of a yield that you want to work. This has 1 yield of a yield you want to work. This tile starts like this with no... I don't have to build any improvements to get that yield. And in the sense that it's all immediately like that. And the other thing is, I can get Rite of Spring on sheep, which makes that, like, giving me a culture, a food, and 2 production in the early game is nuts. Like, that is such a valuable tile to be working.